Welcome to INTERGEO TV here in Berlin, 2017 at the INTERGEO. Welcome again, Eduardo Falcon from Topcon. Nice to have you again here in our studio.
Nice to be here. Thank
you arrived yesterday. What was your first impressions?
As always, very professional, very well done. INTERGEO is a pleasure to come, and it's a unique show that we participate very actively and looking forward all year, actually, to come
great.
over. Yeah.
Important is the business, by the way. So where's the business heading?
Business is actually moving forward with a new activation within different markets. Of course, different markets have different activities, but we see a very healthy U.S. activity and economy. A lot of also progress in the European markets, and of course in Asia there are several initiatives, especially in Japan, actually, that are moving the business forward and the technology forward. So we are living in a unique time. I always never cease to amaze me, actually, the better and bigger and more active markets that we have every year. And we continue beating records in terms of previous years and, of course, sales and distribution. So very happy with what's happening. It's a global activity, actually, positive.
INTERGEO is always a place. Topcon has a very important role. What's Topcon's focus at this INTERGEO and the coming years?
In general, what we are, INTERGEO is one part of our systems of putting our technology into the public, right, and being able to maintain our customers and our partners companies in touch with what we are trying to accomplish. In general, the activities that are happening with Topcon that are unique to us are the large construction business that we continue having on worldwide basis. We are a big supplier of OEM, and there is a huge movement actually for activities into the OEM and businesses. It's coming from the automation and machine control systems. So we are always trying to refer internally and trying to represent what does it mean, to explain to customers the unique situation that we are on a given time on global basis in these markets. We choose to represent it as what we call the intersection of technology and infrastructure. And when we are talking about that intersection, we are saying there in that particular corner, not only the traditional surveyor that is probably the core customer and the core interest of INTERGEO's type of businesses, but the architects, the builders, the OEM machines builders, the people that are involved in smart cities initiatives, all of them are converging into this highly populated intersection that becomes actually an encounter, a point of encounter between them, new users and new technologies. So we represent that, and then we try to explain and make sure that people can visualize that intersection of technology and infrastructure at the core of the situation that we are living today.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's very important for the geo-positioning business, for the industries, the applications. It's a lot of information. How are the reactions? I was there at your booth. The presentation is impressive.
Yeah, we have a tremendous amount of product because they are all part of a different type of focus for different customers bases. So the easiest way to explain this is we have all the traditional businesses, right, that we have historically been pursuing. All the mass data business, we have been very active for the last 10, 15 years plus. And then you have all these construction sites, not only horizontal, pushing dirt and making roads and bridges and so forth by what we call vertical construction. Of course, every company, different people call it different names, but we differentiate between horizontal construction and vertical construction. And again, the products that you see here are actually all part of workflows and new systems that we are offering the customer to make them more efficient and to make them more profitable actually in their operation. So they are not isolated products, and that's the key, but they are part of systems that we are offering for different market segments.
You mentioned data. This is a big point at INTERGEO here. How is Topcon addressing the industry challenges of working with these growing volumes of data with regard to processing and analysis?
For many years, we have been in the mass data business. We started with some product that was called IPS2 many years ago. There were several initiatives, again global, that we partnered with some internet companies at that time, and we produced the initial generation of maps actually on large basis. So we have a large experience in mass data management, and it's one of the most interesting points for us. I think that the industry is facing the challenge of interaction between all the participants. So today, I believe that the challenge that is faced by the industry is how do you integrate the technology from the different suppliers of software or hardware, or like I was mentioning, OEMs, the big machines, and how can you integrate them in the site? So there are different initiatives worldwide. The Japanese, for example, the Japanese government have been implementing a specific initiative in their country, and that pushed the industry and pushed more development and this interuse of data, right? So the challenge I think that we have as an industry, as manufacturers in this industry, is to make sure that we develop standard systems in which we can exchange data more efficiently to make sure that the customers that are not just customers for one particular manufacturer, but many times for multiple, can benefit from all of the use and the utilization and the interaction of that data. So it's a big focus for us. We continue having large of developments in that area, research and development. Right?
Talking about technologies and implementation, to sum up, what technologies is Topcon concrete leveraging to help facilitate the implementation of smart, the other word?
It's all related at the end of the day. So you have scanning, inertial systems, integration of all of them. The key on all these pieces of technology that we have been historically developing, all the optomechatronics used to be, right? Plus all the data development and all the software development. All of them are contributing to a fast development. So the key, again, is how do you create workflows for the customers? How do you facilitate the customer's job, right? To make sure that they are productive. There is an overlapping that needs to be happening between designers and builders, right? And that overlapping is an area actually that we, with different companies, work on different initiatives to be able to overcome. So imagine that people that are interested in design usually are interested in this part, and then they deliver specific formats for construction that sometimes are not the optimal. So today the challenge is how we can make them all interact, and how we integrate those technologies, scanning, and inertial systems, GPS, traditional total station, et cetera, right? That are coming together to be able to create a solution for the customer. Those are, I think, the challenges and activities that we are
So there's
facing.
a lot on the way, Eduardo Falcon, the intersection of infrastructure and technology, new step on a new way. Thanks for having you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll see you next year.